very much for this interview too.
Yes, well, my pleasure.
And I think Noriko has told you about our project, the local economy project.
Yes.
We have been doing this project at JFS for the last 2 years. So we are in the crisis situation, like climate change and biodiversity loss, and of course the social issue as well, poverty, widening gap between the haves and not haves. So in this kind of situation, you have been focusing on local economy as one of the solutions. So maybe we can talk about how you position local economy in that kind of situation. Why you're seeing hope or solution in local economy.
Well, I think it's part of the solution. I think many things need to happen. One of the things that I think is really important is that people need to begin taking action on their own. I like to use this term, active citizen. We need activists, we need organizers, but really we need people to step into their role as citizens. The kind of system that we have now relegates people to being a consumer and then voting once every 4 years. But everything's okay, keep shopping. So the system today is global, and very often this idea of relocalization has been put forward as kind of an antidote. And I think it's important for lots of different reasons. One is that the current economic system is it's not really accountable, it's destructive, and local communities are vulnerable and dependent upon this system. And we are interested in creating local communities that are sustainable, vibrant, resilient, and so forth. And in order for us to do that, we need to begin providing for more of our own needs from locally, from local resources, local activities, and so forth. The system needs to be more decentralized. We need to have more local ownership, more local accountability. And I think if we have that, then we have an opportunity to meet more of our own needs in ways that are not ecologically destructive, in fact, maybe ecologically healing. We have an opportunity to be more inclusive, to provide more meaningful opportunities for livelihoods and so forth. And if we can do that, then we can reduce our ecological footprint. We can hopefully create more active citizens and also provide an opportunity for greater well-being.
Do you have the actual success stories or improved data in terms of, for example, ecological footprint or activism among citizens?
Well, this is very early days. In Totnes, we have been, there have been many projects started sort of organically arising from this movement over the past 8 or so years. And really kind of inspiring ones. For example, there's transition homes. They're going to build about 25 really super efficient, super green homes for low-income families. And they're going to do it using local materials, putting local people to work. They're going to grow some of the biofuel on site, have vegetable gardens. Really kind of inspiring project, and I think that's a good example of the kinds of things that are possible. Over the last 3 years, I think we've started working a little bit more strategically. So thinking about, well, what can we do to create the conditions for more of these kinds of things to happen? What can we do to create the conditions for more new economic actors and different kinds of economic relationships? So one of the things that we did is what we call the local economic blueprint, and I think you've translated that into Japanese. So what we tried to do with that project was two things, really. One was to make the case for economic relocalization as an economic development strategy, but also to engage local leaders at the same time. And that's paid dividends. So in that project, we identified opportunities for more local firms and more local economic activity in certain key sectors. And we identified things that we could begin to do to make those shifts. One of those things is a social enterprise incubator. So we started that about 15 months ago. And the idea behind that is to give a boost to people who want to get something started, whether it's a new livelihood or a new enterprise. And this was made possible by that blueprint work, because we engaged the local leaders. We sort of took them on a journey along the way. And when we got to a certain point, we said, we need an incubator. And we said to the district council, you have this vacant office space, let us use it. We'll turn it into an incubator. And so they said, well, yes, of course. So we pay £1 a year in rent. And because the operating costs are so low, we're able to make it really accessible to people. So we're sort of operating it on a gift economy kind of basis. So if you want to start a new livelihood or start a new business and you can't afford the cost of membership, that's okay. You can use the space. If you can't afford it, great. And if you can afford to pay more, even better. We don't have a cleaning service or anything like that, so we ask people, really the most important thing is that you become part of the community and that you look for ways to contribute, whether it's contributing to the space. You see something needs to be clean it. If we need more toilet paper, go get it. More coffee, go get it. And if you see opportunities to support somebody else, please do that. And so that's working kind of well. We've taken the opportunity to make it kind of a teachable moment. So looking at new ways of thinking about exchange. And then a third thing that we're doing, which I think is something that, well, it's something that I'm most excited about. It's something we call the Local Entrepreneur Forum. And this is a one-day event where we bring entrepreneurs and potential entrepreneurs together with investors and other kinds of enablers. And we have a whole day that includes some speakers. It includes some open space and some facilitation so everyone gets a chance to see who's in the room, to break the ice so that new relationships can form. That's super important. But the open space part gives everyone a chance to learn what they need to learn and meet the people they need to meet. We have a shared lunch. We have a few kind of inspiring local success stories, talk after lunch, and then we have an opportunity for 4 or 5 entrepreneurs to pitch their business plans to the investors. But here's the magical part. Everybody's an investor. So we really make the point that we all have a stake in our local economy. We have a stake in what kind of firms are operating, and we should have an opportunity to support them in all kinds of ways, whatever our assets, whatever our gifts. So it's really, like I say, it's kind of magical because the entrepreneurs pitch, and then people say, well, I'll give you £100. Well, I'll give you £100 if someone matches me. Right, one, everyone's got £100. I'll give you some mentorship. I'll give you marketing services. I'll give you legal services. I'll give you a home-cooked meal. I'll give you a massage. I'll give you a hug. So it gives everybody a chance to be included. And this is fabulous because, well, for one thing, entrepreneurs need so much more than simply money in a business plan. And if we want them to be part of the community, they need to feel like they're part of the community. And if we want it to be inclusive, then there needs to be that kind of support. So if you're a single parent and you're trying to get something started, you might need someone to watch your kids while you go to a meeting or something like that. And so it's giving people confidence to know that if they wanted to start something, they would be supported. But it also kind of meets the needs, too, of people who are in the community and simply want to participate. So what we're finding is that, well, for one, it's a very popular event. And I think it's reached the point now where other communities want to do the same thing.
Great.
But it's also beginning to shift the culture.
Mm.
And because I'm from Silicon Valley, I'm an outsider. What I've seen is that it's a small town in England. And when I first arrived, people were kind of afraid to stick their necks out. Oh, I couldn't start a bakery. Oh, no problem. Or, you might hear a conversation. Oh, I'm interested in starting something. Oh, you? No, you could never do that. Oh, somebody tried that once. It'll never work. But now, we're getting a completely different kind of response. People are calling us up like we're a venture capital firm. Hey, I'm interested in starting a vegan cafe. What do you think?
Mm-hmm.
So that part is really exciting because I think it's really creating some new energy in the town and getting people to think a little bit more broadly.
That's great.